Mr. K.C. Singh, do you find social media unreliable? Is that why you're not on it?
Well, the second question first. Why am I not on it? Perhaps because I'm lazy, perhaps a little disconnected, perhaps a little scared of it. Because you think that you'll have then constant distraction. Who is saying what about you? You are saying something about somebody else. It becomes a kind of parallel life. Instead of writing what you want to write or speaking what you want to speak, unconcerned about what impact it may have. Because then you are just thinking of issues as they are, not how people are reacting to them and then tailoring your response. So should you remain a purist or should you be so interactive? Perhaps something in between, but one has not got down to it. But yes, unreliability. I think social media, what we have to see is that in today's world, two things are happening. In the authoritarian governments, it's undercut them. That's what we've seen Arab Spring doing. In democratic governments, there's excessive amount of comment, which is then falling foul of, say, law, libel, slander. How do you control it? There are suits which are coming in, reputations getting damaged. You can just with 140 characters slay somebody literally, and then like the examples you just given, how do you restore that guy's reputation once it's damaged?
Well, that's a question I want to put to Anna Bedikar, who is a social media consultant. How do you defend that, Anna? And it's also, this kind of slander. Imagine the family of this boy who's been missing.
What's happened today, of course, is absolutely horrible and inexcusable. But Sunetra, firstly, I have to say, please let us not allow what is negative about the social media to overshadow the positives. The fact is that in times of crisis, the social media has often stepped forward at the times of bomb blasts and so on and so forth.
You mean
to spread information about, blood requirements, hospitals where beds are available, people just writing saying, look, I'm in this area, are you stranded, do you need a lift? So there's a lot that's beautiful.
Yes.
However, obviously there's a lot that's negative. Also, we saw Shakil Ahmed of the Congress yesterday, immediately after the Bangalore blast, saying the BJP is going to gain from... But that he would have done
even without social media. He would
gain
have just
from
said it,
But when he makes a comment like that, it spreads like wildfire.
Sure.
I also happened to catch a comment from Mr. Kanchan Gupta, who was closely associated with the NDA government and the BJP at the time, where someone sent me this screen grab and I was shocked. It said, next time a Muslim rages over 1991 or 2002, look him or her in the eye and say, I have been angry since 1206. Stunned silence shall follow. So these are responsible people who, the thing about the social media, it's a little bit like giving a mic to a person at a rally. People will not say to you, sometimes things they will not say to you in person, they go and say at a rally or they say on the social media. These are responsible people who are misusing the power they have on the social media, and therefore obviously their political parties need to curb them. But let us not, Jay Panda of the Biju Janata Dal also today pointed out that those who were tweeting about Sunil Tripathi need to apologize to him. He pulled up both the BJP and Congress yesterday for the stance they were taking and politicizing the Bangalore blast. So let us not allow the negatives to overshadow the positives.
Okay, but the question is, how do we curb the negatives? Karuna, as a lawyer and someone who actually fights for the freedom of speech, how these negatives are actually really damaging. Some of the cases that we showed there, Bangalore for instance, we don't even know whether all that damage has been undone or not, and it was carried on for weeks and it affected lives of people. So how do we curb the damage and the negatives of social media, which seem hugely powerful?
Look, I think it is a force for good, in that it releases, suddenly it gives everybody a voice, right? You don't have to go through the editorial line of a particular newspaper or a particular channel, or, there may be some corporate interest somewhere. Basically, you log on, you have your own voice. This is extremely significant, right? Because of the fear that generates, actually there are serious crackdowns by the government. So at the moment, all of these people could be prosecuted with Section 66A.